Imagine walking into a room and every head turns, not because of your clothes, your wealth, or your status, but because of an invisible force you carry, a magnetic charm that draws people in, commands respect, and leaves a lasting impression. What if I told you that this isn't some innate gift reserved for a lucky few, but a skill you can master, a skill that transforms how you move through the world, how you connect with others, and how you see yourself? Welcome to the Art of Masculine Charm, How to Be Irresistible. This isn't about cheap tricks or shallow tactics. It's about becoming the kind of man who embodies confidence, authenticity, and charisma in every step, every word, every glance. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you'll have a roadmap to unlock a version of yourself that's not just attractive, but unforgettable. Let's start with the foundation. Charm isn't about being the loudest guy in the room or the one with the flashiest smile. It's about presence. Presence is that quiet power that makes people notice you, even when you're not trying. It's the way you carry yourself, the way you listen, the way you make others feel. Think about the men you've met who seem to have it, that effortless ability to make everyone around them feel at ease, valued, or inspired. What do they have in common? They're fully in the moment. They're not distracted, not fidgeting, not scanning the room for something better. They're right there with you. So how do you cultivate this? It starts with awareness. Begin by noticing your own habits. Are you slouching when you sit? Are you checking your phone mid-conversation? These small actions send signals that you're disengaged. Practice standing tall, shoulders back, head high, not like you're posing, but like you're ready to meet the world head-on. When someone speaks, give them your full attention. Put the phone away, look them in the eye. These aren't just gestures. They're declarations of your respect for the moment and the person in front of you. Now, presence alone isn't enough. Charm requires connection, and connection comes from understanding one key truth. People don't care about you until they feel you care about them. This is where empathy comes in. Empathy isn't about being soft or overly emotional. It's about seeing the world through someone else's eyes and showing them you get it. Let's say you're talking to a colleague who's stressed about a deadline. Instead of brushing it off or one-upping with your own stress, try this. Pause, nod, and say something like, "That sounds intense. How are you holding up?" You're not solving their problem, but you're showing you see them. That small act builds trust, and trust is the bedrock of charm. Over time, make it a habit to ask questions that invite people to share about their passions, their challenges, their dreams. And when they do, listen. Really listen. Don't just wait for your turn to talk. The man who listens with genuine curiosity is rare, and that rarity makes him irresistible. Let's talk about confidence, because no conversation about masculine charm is complete without it. Confidence isn't arrogance or bravado. It's not about thinking you're better than everyone else. It's about knowing you're enough. This starts with self-acceptance. Look at yourself honestly, your strengths, your flaws, your quirks, own them. The man who's comfortable in his own skin doesn't need to prove anything. He's not chasing validation because he's already given it to himself. If you struggle with this, try a simple exercise. Every morning, write down 3 things you respect about yourself. Maybe it's your work ethic, your sense of humor, or the way you show up for your friends. Over time, this rewires your brain to focus on your value rather than your doubts. When you walk into a room believing you belong, others will feel it too. They'll sense that quiet strength, and it'll pull them toward you like gravity. But confidence isn't just internal. It's expressed through action. Your body language speaks louder than your words. Picture this. 2 men walk into a bar. One's shoulders are hunched, his eyes are down, his steps are hesitant. The other stands tall, moves with purpose, and offers a warm nod to the bartender. Who do you notice? Who do you want to talk to? The second guy, right? That's because his body is saying, "I'm here, I'm open, I'm ready." To project this, focus on 3 things: posture, eye contact, and movement. Keep your spine straight whether you're standing or sitting. It's not about puffing out your chest like a cartoon hero. Just align your body like you're proud to take up space. When you meet someone's gaze, hold it for a beat longer than feels comfortable. It shows you're engaged, not intimidated. And when you move, do it deliberately. No fidgeting, no rushing. Slow, controlled movements signal you're in command of yourself, and that's magnetic. Let's pivot to something people often overlook: your voice. Your voice is a tool of charm, but most men don't think about it. A charming voice isn't about having a deep baritone or a radio DJ's smoothness. It's about clarity, cadence, and conviction. Speak from your chest, not your throat. This gives your words weight and makes them easier to hear. Slow down your speech just a touch, rushing makes you sound nervous. And vary your tone. Monotone kills charisma. If you're telling a story, let your voice rise with excitement at the high points and drop for emphasis at the serious ones. Practice this by reading a book or article out loud for 5 minutes a day, exaggerating the highs and lows. It'll feel silly at first, but it trains your voice to carry emotion. And when you speak with emotion, people don't just hear you, they feel you. Now let's address something practical. How you present yourself. Charm isn't about vanity, but it is about respect for yourself and others. Your appearance is the first thing people notice, and it sets the tone for how they perceive you. This doesn't mean you need designer clothes or a perfect haircut. It means showing up clean, well-groomed, and intentional. Invest in a few versatile, well-fitting outfits that make you feel like your best self. A crisp shirt, tailored pants, and polished shoes can do more for your confidence than a closet full of trendy gear. Pay attention to the details. Trim your nails, keep your facial hair tidy, and don't skip the basics like deodorant. These things signal you value yourself, and that self-respect is contagious. When you look like you've put thought into your appearance, people assume you put thought into everything else. Your words, your actions, your relationships. Speaking of relationships, let's talk about how charm plays out in conversation. A charming man is a storyteller. He doesn't just talk, he paints pictures with his words. You don't need to be a poet or a comedian. You just need to know how to share a moment in a way that pulls people in. Let's say you're at a party and someone asks about your weekend. Instead of saying, "It was fine, I went hiking," try this. "Man, I hit this trail up in the mountains. Sun was just rising, air was crisp, and I'm standing at this lookout feeling like I'm on top of the world." Which version makes you want to keep listening? The second one, because it's vivid, it's sensory, it's alive. To get better at this, practice describing everyday moments in detail. What did you see? How did it feel? What made it unique? The more you do this, the more you'll captivate people without even trying. But storytelling is only half the equation. The other half is humor. Humor is a shortcut to charm because it disarms people, breaks tension, and shows you don't take yourself too seriously. You don't need to be a stand-up comic. Just learn to find the lightness in life. Self-deprecating humor, when done right, is especially powerful. It shows confidence and humility at the same time. For example, if you trip over a step, instead of pretending it didn't happen, laugh and say, "Well, that's me keeping the floor in check." It's not about making yourself the butt of every joke. It's about showing you're secure enough to poke fun at your own imperfections. If humor doesn't come naturally, start by observing. Watch comedians. Notice how they set up a punchline, how they use timing. Practice small, playful comments in low-stakes settings like with friends or coworkers. Over time, you'll find your rhythm, and that light-hearted energy will make you a magnet. Let's shift gears to something deeper. Authenticity. Charm without authenticity is manipulation, and people can smell inauthenticity a mile away. The most charming men are those who are unapologetically themselves. They don't mold their personality to fit the room. They bring their own energy and let others adapt to it. This doesn't mean being stubborn or oblivious to social cues. It means knowing who you are and standing by it. If you love cheesy sci-fi movies, don't hide it because someone might think it's uncool. Share it with enthusiasm. Your passion for what's real to you is infectious. To get clearer on this, spend some time reflecting. What are your core values? What makes you you? Write them down. Maybe it's loyalty, creativity, or a love for adventure. When you're grounded in those truths, you don't need to fake anything. You just show up, and that's enough. Authenticity also means vulnerability. Not the oversharing kind, but the kind that shows you're human. Let's say you're on a date, and the conversation turns to past relationships. Instead of dodging or giving a polished answer, try something like, "Honestly, I've had my heart broken a couple times. Taught me a lot about what really matters." That's not weakness, it's strength. It shows you're secure enough to be real. Vulnerability builds trust, and trust amplifies charm. Just be selective, share with people who've earned it, and keep it proportional to the context. A stranger at a bar doesn't need your life story, but a close friend or partner might appreciate a glimpse of your inner world. Now let's talk about influence, because charm isn't just about being liked, it's about inspiring action. Whether you're leading a team, asking for a favor, or flirting with someone you're into, the ability to persuade is a cornerstone of charisma. The key here is reciprocity. People are more likely to say yes to you if they feel you've given them something first. This doesn't mean material gifts. It could be your time, your attention, or a genuine compliment. For example, if you're pitching an idea at work, start by acknowledging your teammate's recent success. "Hey, I saw how you nailed that presentation last week. Really impressive." Then share your idea. They're more likely to listen because you've shown you value them. This isn't manipulation, it's human nature. We're wired to give back when we feel someone's invested in us. Influence also comes from clarity. Charming men know what they want and aren't afraid to ask for it, directly, respectfully, but without apology. If you're interested in someone, don't hint or hover. Say, "I'd love to take you out this weekend. Are you free?" If you're negotiating a deal, state your terms confidently. "This is what I can offer, and I think it's a win for both of us." Hesitation or vagueness signals insecurity, and insecurity kills charm. Practice being direct in small ways every day. Ask for what you want. A better table at a restaurant, a discount at a store, a favor from a friend. The more you do it, the more natural it feels, and the more people will respect your clarity. Let's touch on something that ties all of this together: emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is your ability to read the room, understand your own emotions, and respond in a way that builds connection. It's what separates the guy who's nice from the guy who's irresistible. Imagine you're at a group dinner, and one person's being quiet. The emotionally intelligent man notices, engages them with a question, and brings them into the conversation. Or let's say you're upset about something. Instead of snapping at someone or bottling it up, you take a breath, name what you're feeling, and address it calmly. This takes practice, but it starts with observation. Pay attention to people's body language, their tone, their silences. What are they not saying? Then check in with yourself. What's driving your reactions? The more you understand these dynamics, the more you can navigate any situation with grace. One practical way to boost emotional intelligence is through active listening. Most people listen to respond, not to understand. Next time someone's talking, focus on their words like it's a puzzle you're piecing together. Nod, mirror their emotions, and paraphrase what they've said to show you're with them. For example, if a friend says, "I'm just so overwhelmed with work," you might respond, "Sounds like you're carrying a lot right now. What's been the toughest part?" This does two things. It makes them feel heard, and it deepens your connection. Over time, this habit makes you the person people turn to, confide in, and remember. Let's not ignore the role of discipline in all this. Charm isn't a one-time trick, it's a lifestyle. It's the result of consistent effort to grow, reflect, and show up as your best self. Discipline means taking care of your body, because physical health fuels mental clarity and confidence. Eat well, exercise, get enough sleep. Not because you're chasing a six-pack, but because you want to feel alive and capable. Discipline also means investing in your mind. Read books, learn new skills, challenge your assumptions. A man who's curious and growing is endlessly interesting, and discipline means showing up for others even when it's inconvenient. Follow through on promises. Be punctual. Small acts of reliability build a reputation that amplifies your charm. As we wrap up, let's bring it full circle. The art of masculine charm is about becoming a man who's confident, authentic, and connected. A man who makes others feel seen, valued, and inspired. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Start small. Pick one thing from this. Maybe it's improving your posture, practicing active listening, or telling better stories, and work on it for a week. Then add another. Over time, these habits compound and you'll notice a shift. People will respond to you differently. They'll seek you out, trust you, admire you. Not because you're trying to be someone else, but because you're fully, unapologetically you. The journey to irresistible charm is a journey to your best self. It's about showing up in the world with intention, with heart, with strength. You don't need to be the loudest, the richest, or the best-looking guy in the room. You just need to be the man who knows who he is, who respects himself and others, and who brings light to every interaction. That's the kind of man people remember. That's the kind of man who's truly irresistible. So go out there, start today, and own your charm. The world's waiting.